forever. So I'm a little nervous, but I hope that this live just goes as planned. I could turn the light on, I guess. But I hope this live just goes as planned, because you gotta trust. I don't know who you is. It must be somebody God wanna talk to. But you gotta trust what it is God is showing you. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm telling you this. Because God has really, 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 really spared my life on like numerous levels. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. So let me tell y'all why I'm even giving this word. I live in a whole nother state now, right? I'm from Detroit, but I live in a whole nother state right now, right? So therefore, it's people that I dated in my city, and for some reason, they where I'm at. You get what I'm saying? They in the same state as me, same city as me, right? Now, if I hadn't learned these lessons early on in my walk, I would be like, oh my God, this is fate. Like, this is God. But this is why I'm saying you got to trust your intuitions. And when I say intuition, matter of fact, I'm going to switch that word. You got to trust your discernment, the discernment that God is giving you. And the reason why is because of this exact reason. So it's this guy, he ended up messaging me, right? Like just now, he ended up messaging me. But oh Jesus. So he ended up messaging me. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, why would you message me when our last conversation is something that you should be like, I don't never want this person to see my face again. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how he should feel. Because, let me tell y'all why. Okay, I'm going to just give y'all the whole backstory. So when I first met this person, I was at the store. I was leaving. I was at work, but I was getting some food. And this person ended up walking up to me, right? Now, mind y'all, this person is tall. They like over 6 feet. Nice skin tone. Nice skin in general. Nice hair. Smelled good. All type of stuff, right? You would be like, okay, cool. You must be somebody who take care of themselves or something, right? No, this is why you can't judge people off of their appearance. You got to judge people off of their spirit, off of what they're willing to do, off of what they're capable of, off of what they proven themselves to be. So let me get deep into the story, because it gets crazy for real. But boom, so I'd be like, okay, I'm early in my walk. All right, here, you can take my number, I guess. Let's see where it goes, right? Or whatever. Now, he is like, all right, let's talk about God. So he like, all right, let's talk about God and all of this and all of that. So I'm like, okay, I'm literally kind of like watching him, like, dude, what is he on? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you really love God, or are you just using God? Because that's what people do. They try to use God to get to people who really do love God. So boom, he like wanting to meet up every day when I get off work and all this and all that. So we used to like go for walks. We'd meet up and go for a walk. Whole time we'd go for the walk, he'd be talking about the Bible and all this. Oh, Samuel is my favorite person in the Bible and all that. He want to try to talk me to death about the Bible. I'm not even talking to him about the Bible. He's just talking me to death about the Bible. I don't know what you talking about, Polar, but child, we rebuke you. You ain't even relevant right now. So either way it goes though. Yeah, so he used to try to talk to me about the Bible all the time and this, that, and the third. And see, that's how the devil will try to throw you off, especially when you're early in your walk. He's going to try to throw you off by sending somebody who is pretending to be like you. And it's not to say that you're perfect. It's not to say that you're better. It's not to say that you're holy, but you are changing. You actually are somebody who's seeking God's heart, God's will. So the devil has to try to throw somebody into your path that has no type of love for God, no type of dedication. They do not care about that. You get what I'm saying? But You are somebody that they are seeking to devour. Rather, they know that they're actually seeking to devour you or not. That's what the enemy sent them for. You get what I'm saying? And they operate in their own will. They operate off their emotions alone. They're operating off of the enemy's plan simply because it's not God's plan. You get what I'm saying? So now let me get y'all into why I'm telling y'all all of this. Because it's this guy who looks good. He smells good. He, quote unquote, is trying to portray that he loves God. But one day, I'm sitting in the car, right? Because we went out to eat. And I never let this person know where I live because it was just something about them. I never let nobody really know where I live, but it was something particularly about him. And I'm like, this man will never know where I live. I'm talking about I had a car. And I still used to walk in the opposite direction. I used to walk the whole neighborhood before I made it back to my house. When I used to link up with him, because it was just like, it's something about you, but I don't have nothing against you. And that's why, again, this is why God teaches you to trust his discernment, because sometimes a person haven't done nothing to you and they are still sent from the devil. Oh my God. I ain't went live in forever, y'all. So listen, it's gotta be for somebody. I didn't have nothing against him, but it was something about him where I just used to go the extra mile to make sure he don't know where I live. He don't know who my family faces look like. All of that type of stuff. Something was about him. So now, boom, we sitting in the car. We had come back from eating. We had went out to eat. We just talking junk. That's something that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I like to talk junk. So I'm just sitting in the car. We talking junk. He cracking up laughing. I'm laughing too. But for some reason, I turned and I looked at him and I just saw like this dark thing. I don't even know what it was. It was a demon. I'm gonna just call it for what it was. I seen this demon on him and I instantly stopped laughing, y'all. Like, I wish this was a movie, but it wasn't. It was real life. I instantly stopped laughing. I opened up the car door. I literally opened up the car door. You would have thought that I was drinking or something, y'all. I don't never drink. So don't even think. I was not drinking when we went out to eat. I didn't touch nothing but a juice, probably some strawberry lemonade. I get out the car instantly. Opened up the door and I told him, like, you go. This is literally what I was doing. I'm holding my stomach talking about go. I gotta go. And he's still laughing, trying to talk. But I felt so sick. Like, instantly I felt so sick. I didn't know what happened to me. I just knew I had to get back to my house. I didn't even take the shortcut. He probably was trying to figure out, why is she walking this way? She always go that way. But I felt so sick. I went the right way. Like, just go home. But either way go, he get out the car. He's still laughing at all of this. And I tell him, like, no, bro, like, you gotta go. Like, you still laughing and playing. Like, I feel horrible. Like, go. You get what I'm saying? And so it ended up going away. Like, instantly too. It went away. I don't know what it was, but instantly it went away. So that was one circumstance where God was showing me, like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. I know he talk about God. I know he don't look like a bad person at all, but this is a no. You get what I'm saying? And so that was one instant. But then the second one, the main one, it was a lot more. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all 3. I could tell y'all 4, but I'm gonna just tell y'all 3, just to shorten it up. Another instant was me and him, we were on the phone, right? So I'm asleep actually at this point, but we were still on the phone. So I'm asleep, but I end up waking up. And I hear his mom, she busts in the house. Now, they don't even live together, but I hear his mom bust in the house, in his house. And she crying and screaming. And this happens like seconds after I wake up, though. Ironically, I just end up waking up. The phone was silent. And then I hear her walk in like 2 minutes later. And she's screaming and crying. And she talking about, what is this? What is this? Blah, 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 blah. And he was like, I don't know what that is. Mine don't look like that. I picked that part up. Because he said, I don't know what that is. Mine don't look like that. You better go ask one of your little friends you be with. And I said, I'm literally on the phone. They don't know that I done woke up, but I'm literally on the phone like, yours don't look like that. And she need to go ask one of her little friends that she be with. That's a STD. Now, mind you, though, I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing. I didn't let him know that I woke up or nothing like that. I think I just took that in and I just went back to sleep. And then the next day, he wanted to come and see me. So we met up at that little place, that little park or whatever. And it's crazy because that was the day where he asked me if he could get his first kiss. And I was like, that's why I be saying you gotta trust your intuition, because God will show you a lot of things. And sometimes you will get emotional and you'll just be like, that was just coincidence. What if I had to kiss that boy? He had a whole STD, y'all. Either way it goes, though, that's not the worst of it. The STD is not the worst of it. Things happen. I know innocent people who that has happened to, and they are great people. They were not promiscuous or nothing like that. So it's not even necessarily about the STD. That's not the worst part to me. The worst part was one night I am at home. Somebody knocks at my door. It was literally like 11 o'clock at night. It was 9 to 11 p.m. at night. Somebody knocks on my door and they say, here, I want to give you an early Christmas gift. And they bought me an iPhone. It was the phone that had just came out. I was not expecting it. So I'm like, oh my God. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is so amazing, you know? So boom, they give me the phone and this, that, and the third. We talked for a minute. They ended up leaving. Once they left, I download all the apps to my phone, right? Like everybody do. So I download Instagram. I put in my username. I put in my password. My username. My password. A brand new phone. Spanking brand new. Right out the box, right? But when I logged into my account, it said his name at the top. So I was like threw off. I'm like, am I on his page or am I in his page? Now, mind y'all, at this time, I don't have a reason to go through his page or nothing like that. And then not only that, I had never went through anybody messages before at my time. I'm like super young. Like I said, I was working under the table. Like I couldn't get, I wasn't even working legally. I didn't have that type of experience for me to say, let me see if he doing something. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that. So when I logged in, I was just shocked and trying to figure out, how did I put in my username and password, but I'm in this person's page? I didn't understand that. Like, that part still don't make sense to me. So I end up, something really nudged me though. Like, just look. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna look. So I went ahead, I opened up the DMs and I seen this little girl. She was 11 years old. And she was, it's so sad. Like, it's really so sad. But she was 11 years old. It was pictures of her. It was pictures of him. It was pictures of them together. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had just finished, if you get what I'm saying. But she's 11 years old. He was older than me at the time. I was 17. But he was in his 20s at the time. Now, what made it even worse, it really don't get no worse than that, but it kind of do, because I see this same little girl. She's arguing with a grown man over him. Do you get what I'm saying? The man was like, he was older than the guy that I was talking to. He was like 32. And he telling the little girl, like, calling her out her name, all this other stuff. And this is how twisted the world is. Like, God showed me this so early on. It's crazy. But either way it goes, the world is so twisted that this man is 32 years old and he's willing to degrade, argue. Like, why are you arguing with a little girl over this boy? Like, as a 32-year-old man, gay or not, why are you arguing with a child, a literal child, over this boy? Do you get what I'm saying? This is how, and this is why I'm coming on here to tell y'all to trust the discernment God gives you. I don't care if you met them at Bible study. I don't know who this word is for, but I don't care where you met them at. I don't care how many scriptures they quote. That same boy that I'm telling y'all about was always telling me, Samuel is my favorite character. When are we going to do another Bible study? Now this person just messaged me again. This is years and years later. But that's how manipulative people are. And let me tell you what I mean by that. Because you really do have to be like soft as a serpent. Wait, how do it go? wise as a serpent, soft as a dove? Because the enemy tries to mimic God. So being that I knew all of this about this person, and I literally told them in our last conversation, I said, I know this about you. I've saw these things with my own eyes. I even told that person in the text message that I sent them, because they was trying to figure out why I stopped responding. So I just eventually end up telling them. And I told them, I said, I have screenshots of this stuff. I seen it. You know what I'm saying? But I never sent this person my screenshots, because I'm not that type of person. I'm the type of person, I can know what I know and just know that I know that I know. And I'm going to show you that I know. I don't have to prove to you that I know. I'm going to show you that I know by the way that I move after I say what it is I say. You get what I'm saying? But manipulative people, or even just, even if you don't got to call them manipulative, you can call them unled people, people that just aren't submitted, or they haven't put their spirit in the right place. They are always going to try to find a way to not be accountable and still get their way. You get what I'm saying? So what he doing, or what he did, was this. Oh, she never proved to me that she know my secrets, so therefore I can still pop back up. Because otherwise, if I tell you that I know that you are a child molester, a homosexual child molester, why would you ever try to come back and talk to me? You get what I'm saying? When I know things that nobody probably know about you. The reason why is because I never proved that I really knew. You get what I'm saying? So now let me tell y'all why this is so important. Because a person will come around and they will press and press and press. And you'll look at them on the physical side and say, oh, like I said in the beginning, you'll say, oh, they're so sweet, or oh, look how they dress. If it's a woman, you will be like, oh, but she wears, I don't know, she got a career. Or if it's a guy or a girl, you'll be like, oh, but he looks so nice, or he's never done anything to me, or he dresses well, he smells good, and all this. No, you have to trust your intuition. And the reason why is because, like I said, the enemy will mimic God. So I could have been like, oh, this is perfect timing, because we're back in the same city. Like, how did that happen? But see, on the flip side of all of this is when I knew him, I didn't have a daughter. You get what I'm saying? I have a daughter now. So imagine if I just took that and said, oh, all of those were coincidences. Oh, God didn't read him to me. You know what I'm saying? Or, oh, I never had a long, drawn-out argument about what I seen, and therefore I never got closure. So therefore, I need to go back and talk to this man because he's so handsome, and let me see if he changed. I got a daughter. It ain't no perfect timing. You get what I'm saying? So I'm telling y'all, because I don't know who this word is for, but I know people, they'll be new in the Lord, and it'll be people that literally like him. They will walk into your life. And let me tell y'all, it's not really, I don't want to make it about him, because it's really about the warfare, and it's really about what people can bring in your life because they're being used by the enemy. It's really about that. It's just so happened that he's willing to be a vessel. So now it's like, I got to make it halfway about him and then halfway about spiritual warfare, because people out here and they moving and they walking into your life. You get what I'm saying? So either way it goes, anything that God show you about a person, take it. Like, take it and run with it. Whoever this word is for, because I know you're more than likely freshly dating somebody. Because I have not went live in 1,000 years at this point. It's been a couple months, but I wasn't even going to go live. I was just going to be like, forget it. Like, I know the lesson. I get the lesson. I know. You get what I'm saying? So I'm finna, you know what I'm saying? I had a long day at work. I'm about to go to sleep. But God literally was like, make the message. So that's the only reason why I'm on here. So I don't know if you've been asking God, like, hey, you know, this person over here, like, God, I feel a conviction, but I don't know why. That's why. Because one thing that I learned is that God knows these people so much better than I'll ever know these people. And I learned that with him. You get what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong. It was a few more people where I was like, but God, I don't have anything against them. You know what I'm saying? Like, God, why aren't you giving me peace with this? You get what I'm saying? Like, why not them? All of this. And then you'll have these people, they'll be pushing you like, I want you. I want you. Like, they will be, y'all, it'll be hard because you will literally be like trying to figure out like, oh, I'm being pursued. Oh, they're nice looking. Like, it get tricky. It really do. But that's where your faith come in. That's what I learned. That's where your faith come in. You can't be scared that you're going to take a loss. Especially when it come to people. You get what I'm saying? You can't be looking at people and being like, oh, if I lose you, I've lost it all. It don't work like that with people. It don't work like that with people, because when God is leading a person, or when God is in the midst, you don't have to operate off fear. You get what I'm saying? So, because one thing about it, and the reason why I say you don't have to operate off fear when it comes to people is because God can lead both hearts. He can lead your heart and theirs. You get what I'm saying? So if he want to lead y'all together, he can. You get what I'm saying? So you don't have to be like overthinking it and being like, oh my God, I don't know. You don't have to do all that. You just be like, okay, listen, I got a conviction in my heart when it comes to you. You ain't never did nothing to me, and that's fine. Okay? I don't need you to do nothing to me. I don't gotta wait for the explosion for me to say God said no. You know what I'm saying? That's what I've learned in my days. I don't wait for the explosion no more. I just don't. I be like, That's literally how I be. There's nothing else for me to do. Like, I just, all right. I've felt enough already. Like, if God put it on my heart, I've felt enough already. I don't got peace with it. I don't feel like I'm in unison with it. And that's all I need these days. So if you feeling like you've questioned it a lot and you've been trying to like get God to be in agreement with it, then he's not in agreement with it. You get what I'm saying? Because when he is in agreement with it, you can date an atheist and he'll put you at peace for the simple fact that he know where that atheist is headed, and he know that atheist is headed in the right direction. I'm speaking from experience. Okay? So literally, I say that to say God knows all, and when people are not really and truly aligned with him, but you really are seeking him, allow them doors to close. It just is what it is. Ain't nobody scared of a door closing. There's too many doors to be scared of a door closing when you operating and walking with a God like him. You know what I'm saying? You ain't lost nothing. You ain't gonna lose nothing. I don't know who need to hear this, but you're not finna lose anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you know what though? I understand that ache. I understand it. I understand that ache of the unknown. That is an ache that just be so heavy in your spirit, in your soul, your heart, and your stomach, and your mind. So don't think that you're the only one that has to face this ache, or like God is coming against you, because he's not. He's really standing for you. Because if I had of like, what if I had chased after that boy? Like, but he's so handsome. He smells so good. Like, God, he's never done nothing to me. You know how much time I would have wasted chasing a child molesting homosexual? That's what it would have been. And I'm not saying that in a mean way. That's what it would have been, though. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of the times I've learned in my life, God is saving me. He is saving you, because these people don't look like what they actually are. It's a lot of people out here that don't look like what they are. And one thing I've been noticing too is you better know you. Because what I've come to realize, once I examined who I am as a person, my bad traits too. But when I examined my spirit and who I am and my boundaries and how I live my life, that made me say, oh, I've been dating down. Like, I've been dating down. I'm not the type of person to move like this. I'm not the type of person to move like that. And this, that, and the third. And all of that came, my boundaries and what I feel like is capable and who I feel like qualifies to be in my life, came from me examining who I was. You get what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say, examine who you are, because a lot of the times people who don't know themselves, they accept people based off of the surface, but not off the spirit. And when you know your spirit, you start being like, your spirit is all the way down here, even if you look like you up here. And it's not about you being better. Once again, it's not about you being better than nobody. It's really about you protecting who you are. You get what I'm saying? So that's really what it all really comes down to. And it comes down to you being able to discern what is from God and what's not. You know what I'm saying? So either way it goes, though, I don't know who this is for, but I hope you're not curled up in your bed crying, because God is protecting you right now. And I know it hurts. I've been through it. I'm telling you, even with him, like with this very guy I'm telling you about, I went through it. I was completely confused. So I understand it, but God is teaching you to trust him. So that's it, and that's all. He's going to show you probably later on. You're going to find out, like, wow, like he saved me from a lot. And this is going to teach you to trust God's no, because his no is always better than what you was about to say yes to. It is more than likely saving you from what you were going to say yes to out of your lack of wisdom. It's not that you're stupid, but it's just when you lack wisdom, you kind of don't know when to go with the flow and when to be cautious, when to examine. That's what a lack of wisdom will do. Because me, even in my experience, I've had to come to learn when I'm supposed to go with the flow and when I'm supposed to be examining. You get what I'm saying? Like, no, this ain't no just going with life circumstance. This is something I'm going to have to take a step back. I'm going to have to take a gooder look. I'm going to have to put my good eye on it. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. So, either way it goes, though, y'all. Like I said, I don't know who this word is for, but I hope that helps you. And I hope you ain't curled up in your bed. I'm going to catch y'all in the next time. Love you guys. Love you. All right, bye, y'all. Oh, wait. Let me see y'all. Let me read some of these before I go in. My Snoop done probably woke up. Josie, Eddie Pay, I don't know. I don't think I ever saw you on here before. Robert! Hi, Robert. I hope you're having a good evening. I'm so happy to see you. 26-9. Yasa. I don't know how to say your name, but you said I'm losing so much hair. Why is you worried about my hair? First of all, and I ain't lost no hair. It's braided. You know the devil love to hear his self-talk. Relax. He ain't got nothing else to do tonight. Psalms 119, 133. Order my steps in thy world. It goes, the enemy. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about either, Jonathan. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, love, I just listened to your new single. Oh, thank you. She said, I just listened to your new single and checked out your music. So real and so beautiful. Thank you so much, Gifted T. I appreciate you, honestly. Kalasha says, whatever work you do, you should do it with all your heart, as if you were working directly for God. Yep. I was thinking about that earlier today, though. That's funny you said that. You got to work like God is literally just over you. And what made me think about that is because I was talking to God while I was at work about how I've been learning to fall in love with showing love. And I know I made a few videos about that before I kind of like, you know, took my break. But that's because it's a real thing. If you having a bad day, go out and show love. That's what I learned. Like, God, he just works in reverse. And that's what makes it so wise, because it's like, wow, who knew? He's going to make you change. Like, and the reason why I say that is because, like I said, you having a bad day and you go out and show love, it's like it changes your heart posture. It changes where you're operating from, because you're operating out of love. And I was like, you just start feeling more loving. Like, oh, I'm about to show more of this. I'm about to show more love. I'm about to give more blessings. And it just keeps making you feel good. And eventually it's like, wow, you just become a person who just wants to show love. And God ended up changing you. It's really crazy, but I don't know. I learned it a little bit in my days. I'm trying to get better at it, I guess. Not purposely, but it just, it happens over time. But it says that be the hardest part because I'll start blaming myself. Oh, hold on, wait. I'm glad I saw your comment. You said you start blaming yourself. Why is that? Because you feel like you did something wrong for the circumstance to end. I'm guessing that's what you're saying. But you know what though? I understand that though, because I kind of felt like that too. But not with this guy. I didn't go through, too much for real breaking that off. It wasn't really hard like that. But I was a little confused, but it wasn't like super emotional or nothing like that. But I did go through that before, where I kind of would be like, okay, well, is it something I can do? Like, is there something I can do to like help this and all of that? And honestly, I can say once you experience like real love and God brings that into your life or just simply places it in your heart, not saying that it's not there, because it could, it's more than likely there. It just it'll take wisdom for you to see it, or more wisdom. I'm gonna say more wisdom for you to see it and see the love that's within you and stuff like that. But once you start to see true love and see it for what it is, you'll realize that you don't really have to beat yourself across the head or figure out every answer, or beat yourself across the head trying to figure out every answer, or however you want to put it, just for you to have what it is God wants for you. Because like when God say that he gives perfect gifts and adds no sorrow, I'm not saying that relationships is going to be perfect, but it's like it'll add no sorrow because you'll know how to walk in faith in the midst of the relationship. So therefore it don't become so super, you know what I'm saying, like hard on you and toxic and stuff like that. Sorry y'all, I literally just got off work. Well, I ain't just get off work, but I've been at work all day, y'all. Yeah, so I'm really actually kind of tired. So me always having to make sense of something. Girl, who you telling? That is me. That was me. I get it. Always trying to figure out, okay, so what is it gonna be like? How does that work? And God, okay, what are you saying? Okay, what are you gonna do? Why? Can't forget that one. Gotta ask why. But yeah, no, you just gotta go with the blessings. You gotta go with the flow, so God can really lead you to where it is he's taking you. And it was something else God wanted me to say though before I get off of here, because he just brought this to my attention. It'll be people that will appear as if they've taken no loss. So you're gonna come across people who you're gonna be like, man, they did me wrong, or you might feel that way, like somebody did you wrong, and you'll be like, they took no loss. But you gotta remember that the rich man that went to hell. Anybody that he probably had as an enemy more than likely looked at his life and was like, this man has done nothing but prospered. Lord, why have you forsaken me? Look at what you've done for him, right? And this is why I say, you got to start looking at life and discerning it spiritually. Because that man is in hell to this day. Do you get what I'm saying? He's in hell to this very day. But when he was on earth, all his enemies probably was like, God, you don't see me? Like, you don't see what done happened? You don't see what this person done did or said or taken or whatever? And so always remember that your walk and who you are right now in life, that is going to count for eternity. It's not counting just for today or just for the moment. It's not you trying to rack up coins in heaven and then asking God, did you put enough coins up there as far as like good deeds or righteousness, and you like, okay, God, have I paid you enough for you to bless me? It don't work like that. You change because of where you're headed when it comes to eternity. You know what I'm saying? So don't judge don't judge people around you that you may feel have wronged you based on their lifestyle. You get what I'm saying? Like, you gotta remember, like, when separations and fallouts and etc. and stuff like that be occurring, sometimes it's because y'all not headed to the same eternity. Okay? So you gotta clock that. Like, seriously, y'all not more than likely headed to the same eternity. Okay? Nothing that people gain right now is going to mean anything. Like, sometimes I think to myself and be like, man, if I stand in front of God right now and he judge me, my car ain't gonna matter. If my tank full, it ain't gonna matter. How many children I have ain't gonna matter. I'm not gonna be thinking about none of them. I'm gonna want to hear the, did I make it? Because if I didn't, like, you doomed. Do you get what I'm saying? You're literally just doomed, like, forever. Like, it's nothing you can do. I just don't want that type on me. Like, I don't want nothing like that on me. So whatever it is, I don't want that type of weight on me. I don't want the weight of hell on me, because that's too much for me to bear. I can't bear it. You get what I'm saying? So when it comes to walking your walk and separations and blessings and all of that, like, don't get me wrong, I get it. And I'm not trying to say, like, oh, you gotta be poor to be righteous, because being poor don't make you righteous. You know what I'm saying? Or nothing like that. But what I am saying is, just keep your eyes on what it is that God has said really matters. And that's something that I've just been thinking about lately. Like, is my eyes on heaven? Is my eyes on righteousness? And this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to my daughter, like, as of lately, I've been praying a lot more too. Just praying that she's covered in her health, her mind, her connection, her entire walk. Like, I always pray over her, and when I do, I always say, like, God, cover her from her first day to her last. Like, work on her right now. Work on her heart right now. Place wisdom, grace, love, peace, all of that. Forgiveness. I always pray that she be a forgiving person, because that hurt from being unforgiving is like, I don't want her going through all that. You get what I'm saying? And that was just a side note, but either way it goes, just checking the heart posture in the mind and making sure that you really focused on what it is that matters to God. Like, I don't know. Purpose is just very important to me, though. Like, a lot of people, they kind of sleep on their purpose. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, man, you got to try to make a dent. Like, you got to try to be intentional when it comes to your purpose. Be patient, but be intentional when it comes to your purpose. You get what I'm saying? But either way it goes, though, y'all, I thank y'all for being here. I love y'all, and I really do. I wish all of y'all the best. Like, I pray that everybody stay strong, y'all discernment get sharpened, and that y'all really strive when it comes to y'all purpose and who it is y'all growing to be. That's really all I can say. But whoever this word was for, I hope it helped. I'm going to catch y'all in the next. It says, I was praying for my son today because I'm already seeing that he's very empathetic and understanding. Aw, at 4 years old. Aw. And it's kind of scary because I wasn't always good stewarding. Oh, I wasn't always a good steward of my empathy. I understand. I understand that. I definitely do. Yep, that's why I be saying, that's why I'm saying, like, even when, and the reason why, how do I want to put this? Because I completely get what you're saying when you say that you weren't a good steward over your empathy, because I was the same way. So I would kind of like empathize, but then something wouldn't feel right. Like, something still don't feel complete. And what I noticed with that is, a lot of times when we're over empathizing, it's because we are probably involved in a situation that isn't grounded in the Lord And so what we do is we try to make the circumstance be grounded in the Lord. And in the midst of that, we have to try to empathize with the holes that's within the circumstance. We empathize with those. And then what we do is they don't actually be filled. Like those gaps and those holes and those cracks that aren't filled, we try to empathize to try to fill it in. But it end up not working, because it's like God is really exposing those cracks where we're trying to cover it with empathy. You get what I'm saying? And so what I noticed though is that when something just isn't settling and it's just not feeling right, it's not feeling complete, it's more than likely a lie from the enemy. Because the reason why I say that is because even if I don't have it fully figured out, but it's sent by God, I'll have peace. But when it is the truth and it's not a lie, I'll have peace because there aren't any gaps for me to try to figure out or cover up. You get what I'm saying? Or fill in. And so either way it goes, I completely understand what you mean by that. But when it comes to that empathy thing too, a lot of that be driven by fear. So when you're faced with a circumstance like that, my best suggestion is to step out on faith, even when you're afraid. Just step out on faith and let that thing land, because God is going to direct it. Once you be like, all right, faith, I don't know what's about to happen with that, but faith, God will end up landing that plane for you. Whether that's out of your life or in your life, he'll end up landing it. That's what that's what I've really grown to learn. So it says, it be hurting so bad too, because I had to let go of my fantasy when when it comes to his dad. Yeah, I understand that. I definitely understand it. And you know what too? I think what helped me, and I'm only saying this not to make it about me, but just to give, some tips that I've learned, is that I had to learn to want what God really wants for me. And that came also from me, or from God teaching me how to examine who I am in the spirit, so that I can start discerning what I allow in my life by their spirit. So it's like, because I feel like I'm no better than anybody else, it's like, okay, if I could be this type of person, then I should be around these type of people. You know what I'm saying? They might not be perfect, but they should be at least, you know what I'm saying, somewhere around equally yoked with me. So learning who I was, learning who you are, it'll help you be able to say, okay, can this person be in my life, or did God send this person into my life? I don't know how to make that make sense, but either way it goes, learning to accept what God wants for you, it'll help you let go of those fantasies. You get what I'm saying? And that's what it did for me. Because I started being like, no, I'm not really like a lot of those people. Like, I don't really like to do what a lot of people like to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? So me understanding that about myself, I had to be like, okay, that's not even for me. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing like me. Therefore, it's not for me, because we're not going to walk in agreement. You get what I'm saying? And so that's just what I learned to do. And me realizing that alone, realizing the difference between the two, is what made me say, God, I need what it is you got for me. And that'll help you let go of fantasies. At least in my eyes, it has helped. But it says, I deal with fear heavily, and I've been asking him how to get rid of that. Honestly, I deal with fear a lot as well. Like, even though, I always say, like, step out on faith and stuff like that, I also always say, step out on faith even if you're afraid, right? Because that's how it goes. Fear don't necessarily have to go away. It just can't own you. You get what I'm saying? So one thing that I've learned is, how to talk to myself. Like, if I am feeling afraid, I'll think back on other times that I was afraid, but I still went through. And so sometimes that'll help me understand that even though I'm afraid, it doesn't stop here. You get what I'm saying? And I can still make a further decision or take a further action, even if I am, quote unquote, you know what I'm saying, afraid. So anyway, so it says, question though, how do you know yourself in the spirit, especially when it seems like so many things that make you come from the opinions of other people? things that make you you come from the opinions of other people. I don't know if I'm taking what you're saying the way you're saying it on that last part. But it says, how do you know yourself in the spirit? Because when I was saying knowing yourself in the spirit, I was saying that because my door is locked. A kid just walked past my window, but as dark as it is, it's like, why is a kid out here, So that kind of scared me. But either way it goes, knowing yourself in the spirit, what I'm really saying is that when you look at yourself and then you look at the people around you. So like, for example, you might have friends that are into homosexuality. They might be into heavy drugs and stuff like that. But you might be the type of person who is like, I don't do drugs. I don't deal with girls. If you're a girl, you like, okay, I don't deal with girls. I'm not into that lifestyle. But their spirit, they into that. They like, I watch girl on girl. I done gave in to all that. You get what I'm saying? So they spirit is like accepting to a lot more things that you are not accepting of. You get what I'm saying? It's not that you looking down on them, but you like, I ain't going that far. You got a boundary to your life, and boundaries really come from God. You get what I'm saying? If you ask me, boundaries clearly comes from God. So when you look at yourself and you look at your boundaries, you are examining your spirit, because that's the way that you live your life. That's the standard of who you are. You get what I'm saying? So therefore your spirit is not just welcoming to all things, although other people's spirit may be welcoming to a lot of different things. So that's what I meant by I've examined my spirit, because I know what I'm willing to do and what I'm not willing to do. I know what I'm willing to be around and what I'm not willing to be around. You know what I'm saying? So my spirit stays in a certain place because I keep it out of certain places. You know what I'm saying? So what type of person are you? That's what I meant by examining spirit. It's just looking at what type of person you are, what you allow, and what you're comfortable with. That'll tell you where your spirit is. But either way it goes, far as the opinions of other people, you said, especially when it comes like, you said, especially when it seems like so many things that make you you come from it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm reading that part. I don't think I understand what you mean by that part. But just to try to answer it, when it comes to the opinions of other people, all of that is also going to get washed away from you examining yourself and allowing God to expose your flaws and your perfections. Because that's one thing that I learned about God. Hey girl, hey, I ain't seen you in a long time. But yeah, that's one thing that I learned about God is during that season where he's pruning you, he's not just going to point out the bad. He's going to point out the good. It's like he's going to uplift you and let you know about yourself. Like, you can do better at this. You can be better at that. But he don't really be just browbeating you like, oh, you're so selfish. Oh, you're so this, that, and the third. Like, he don't do it like that. So it might be people around you that's very opinionated about who you are, and you'll take those things in because you don't know who you are yet. Because that's exactly how, and I'm not saying that you don't, but I'm just saying that's what happens. Because that's what happened to me. Like, it was people around me, they had a lot of different things to say, and it was things that they said that I took in, like, oh, like, this is the type of person that I am, you know. And whole time some of those things won't be true. So it'll take for you to, like I said, just take that time to examine your own spirit and see who you are as a person. And you'll know, like, when you can do better and when you truly just couldn't do it. You get what I'm saying? Like, you'll start to be able to just be honest with yourself after examining your spirit. I kid you not. And people's opinions will kind of get washed away. It's not that you're not willing to learn, though. They just don't scar you. It can be noted instead of just scarring you. You get what I'm saying? Like, but anyway, go. It says, basically, I kind of grew up thinking people seen me better than I seen myself. That's what my mom would tell me. I honestly don't know who I am because I took in so much. Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that. I can understand that. I can understand that. So yeah, that just goes back to basically allowing God to prune you and just being receptive to what it is that he says about you, whether it's good or bad. And you don't have to take it to heart, because it's a personal conversation between you and him. So therefore you can change at a pace that works for you. You get what I'm saying? But it says, I definitely have improved because God has separated me. But girl, it's hard. It's hard to be dumping on you. You are fine. You are fine. You can dump whatever it is you need to dump. Because God has separated me. But yeah, I understand that. I definitely understand that too. Yeah, you do. You go through a lot of change when God decides to say, let me sit you alone. You get what I'm saying? Let me sit you by yourself. And a lot of times, you know, sometimes people take that personal, like, oh, I'm so lonely and this, that, and the third. And God is like, I just need you right now. And it's not that he really needs you, but you know what I'm saying? He like, listen, I got my eyes set on you. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing wrong with that. You got to make the most of that season, though, because I done watched people get separated. I done seen people be isolated and they didn't see what God was trying to do. They didn't take the time to say, Lord, like, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to show me? What do I need to learn? Lord, who am I? What do I need to become? What am I capable of? Like, this is what I say I want, but really, I don't even think I'm capable of doing it. So, Lord, am I capable? Are you calling me? Where am I going? Like, you just gotta, and then you gotta be patient for the answer sometimes. Like, God don't always answer you quickly. Sometimes he answers you quickly just to let you know he heard you already. You know what I'm saying? And to let you know he's there. But then sometimes he be like, you're gonna have to wait for this one. You know what I'm saying? And it can test your faith, because sometimes you'll be like, well, Lord, I thought you used to hear me, or I thought you've answered me before. Like, okay, so was that a coincidence? Then you go all the way back there. Like, you take 10 steps back and God will just be teaching you, like, that he is who he said he was. I'll never leave. I'll never forsake. So even if I don't answer you, it's not that I didn't hear you. It's just I'm not giving you that answer right now. And you'll see him do that to a lot of people in the Bible too. Because I remember Abraham went and asked him something, and he gave him an answer that didn't have nothing to do with what he asked him. And honestly, it would have confused me the same way it'd be confusing me today. You know what I'm saying? So it just happens like that sometimes. But either way it go. Sorry, y'all. I'm tired. I'm losing my voice. But it says, oh my goodness. This man wants so much attention on my page. The Holy Spirit must be getting to you. The Holy Spirit getting to this man. Because he done came on this live tonight. His name, Lucifer and everything. Like, goodness gracious. Listen, y'all know the big guy gotta be in the building, because he done ran over here. And he just keeps showing up for me. Yep, literally. And he's going to keep on doing it. That's literally what he do. And it's just crazy, because like God, he will save you so many times. And it's times that he done saved you and you still don't know about it. Like, it's crazy. But that's why I've just been learning to just go ahead and trust the Lord and just do what it is that I feel like he's telling me to do, and just operate in obedience. You hear me? Because that's all we can do. God knows what you need and when you need it, at the right place at the right time. Okay? I'm trying to tell you. Y'all know one thing too, saving money. One thing that I realized is some seasons it'd be like, okay, I could save, it's nothing, like I'm good at saving money. But some seasons God will tell me, like, even in this season that I'm in, it's like God will tell me, like, somebody about to need this, somebody about to need that, somebody about to need this. And I've been noticing, like, okay, this is why I can't save, because literally he'll tell me and then boom, they're gonna need it. And sometimes I just feel like I'm just saying that to say that God, it's like he always prepares you. Like, you'll have a plan, but he'll let you know sometimes, like, that's not that season. This is not that season where you just about to be saving money, saving money, saving. This is gonna be a season where you're gonna keep being inconvenienced. I kid y'all not. Like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like he's just like, listen, I'm gonna inconvenience your plan just to get you to stop leaning on your plan. That's what I feel like he been doing to me. But yeah, y'all. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. If he called me back on here, then I'll be back. Wow, that's a whole hour. Oh my God, I ain't been on here in so long. That was the quickest hour of my life. Like, how did that just flew by. I swear I thought I was only at like 20 minutes or something. That's crazy. But all right, I love you guys. I'll catch y'all in the next Mommy and God.